How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? That's the name of the hangout. How does it feel? How does it feel? The triggered masses sitting on their asses, sipping on the glasses, don't give a fuck. How does it feel? Shout out to the Jibby and the RT and the Snacky and all of the outer flaunder, ponder, donders. We're the resistance. We're going to make sure at the end of the day, we're not going to let this fucking New World Order have their way. No, we're going to stop it. That's right. We're going to stand up against it. We're not going to allow this New World Order. We are standing arm in arm, hand in hand, united against a common enemy, an invisible enemy. Some call it the Rona. Some call it the Chinese virus. I don't know what it is. Maybe call it the Illuminati. I don't know. But this is where we're at, guys. What are we going to do? We got to stand united. You know, it feels pretty good to be a gangster. Feels pretty good to see, you know, they've gone all the way with their propaganda. And in the end, they're going to lose. They've tried very hard to paint everybody in this country as, you know, an evil person against each other. It's not true. Really, the solutions are there, and the problems, they unite us. But what they really want is a false narrative. And that false narrative gives them their magic show. You know, oh, everybody hates each other, and see, this isn't the case. Truth is, most people do like each other. I mean, whether you agree with each other, that's a different story, but you know, you don't want to, like, I'll give you the best example I can. If you were in a restaurant and the person that sits in the table next to you started choking on their food, and you were able to do CPR and you know how to do the Heimlich and all this sort of thing, are you going to sit there and think to yourself for one even fraction of a second, this person choking to me is a certain color? No. The first thing that you do is you jump up with every intention to save a life. And you don't think for one moment about who it is, how old they are, where they come from. That's what they want you to think, though. They want you to believe there's some systemic idea that an ambulance or a 911 operator is going to answer the phone and say, 911, what is your race? That's not how it works. They ask you, where is your emergency? It's not complicated. It's not a situation of, hey, you know, we're judging you, or there is a system that is there to protect people. It doesn't mean it always works, but it does mean that it works most of the time. But if we're just going to sit here, play the game, and pretend that all this is some sort of, you know, a secret cabal of white supremacists, right? This idea is such a conspiracy theory, but yet you have this belief. There's people out there in this world, they think to themselves, well, I obviously I'm a victim. It's pretty fun, actually. They go on and on. They really don't want equality. They want racial division. They want chaos. Why are there people willing to side with the side of chaos? As if that's some sort of, I don't get it. But I do get it. It is complicated. I'm oversimplifying things. But I got a plane flying over me right now. Look at all those, probably 200 people on that plane. Maybe. If it's up to half capacity. It's amazing. Flies right over as the earth doesn't move. It's just one direction, not two directions. That plane would appear to be going sideways from our perspective if the earth were rotating. We would be seeing a forward trajectory and a sideways trajectory. We don't see it. That's okay though, guys. It's okay. We gotta fight fake racism. It's my skin color that's the big question. I mean, haven't we gotten to a place in our world where we're just over that? This idea. You know what it is? It's like sort of like a backwind or a backlash. It's revenge. Maybe it's revenge. When everybody's been told they've been victimized by a certain group of people, they want revenge. I mean, I understand it. But we got to realize, it's so dumb. Who are we going to hold accountable? Like, if your father was Charles Manson, right? Your father is Charles Manson. What responsibility do you have to his victims, right? Let's say your father was Jeffrey Dahmer. You had nothing to do with him and what he did, right? But now it's your fucking responsibility. You're the fucking one that did it. You have the fucking onus on you. That's not how this fucking world works. So we're going to go back 400 years and then say, or whatever it is, 250, 300, 400 years, and say, well, there were those people back then. This is what they did. So now it's your fucking fault. And if I'll just go as far as to say, okay, that's fine. Let's go with that. So snack to the future, we do the 23andMe, and it comes back that you got some white people in you. You got to pay reparations, bro. You can't collect the check. Your fucking ancestors did it. It's you, bro. Remember that. That's you. It's fucking you. So you're going to sit there, though, and like go, whoa, wait. I'm 51% this and 49% that. Therefore, give me my paycheck. Sorry, buddy, it's the one drop rule. You got one drop of white slave owner in you. You're a fucking slave owner, buddy. Sorry for you. You better pay out those reparations. You got to get that paycheck out and start writing some checks. Because you got 1% of the slave man in you. Right? But no, see, it's always going to be neatly fucking knitted up. Perfectly around the narrative. And, oh, don't worry. We're going to make sure, we're going to pretend that it's all just monolithic. And any person that even looks white from 10 feet away is a bad person. And if your eyes and if your skin color aren't a certain way, you're a bad person. And it's the fucking definition of racism. But that's okay. We see what this is. There's the antithesis to the thesis. And that's what this is. You got a group of people and they said, hey, we'll play the game. It's my skin color, and everybody hates me because it's so much more sophisticated. The world is a complicated place. Markets don't run on skin color and climate change, but don't worry, in a way they do, because the tail wags the dog. And everybody here is participating some way or another. The tail is wagging the dog. They can create an event, and then they can create a narrative. And the tail wags the dog. You know, freedom is something that we really should appreciate. And it's easy to be a communist in a free society. It's easy to be a socialist and a Marxist in a free society. It's easy to make death threats and say it's okay for the president to, suffer from his COVID infection. It's okay to do those things in a free society. Try being free in a communist society like China, where if you make a threat toward the government, they come to harvest your organs right away. You don't get an opportunity to throw Molotov cocktails at the law enforcement, to cry about how you've been treated poorly because of your skin color. Nobody gives a flying fuck in that society.